Okay, so first of all, for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Claire Fox, and I'm really excited for this section because for me, actually being on the ground and working the pathway and being in club is just what me and Dan love to do. And this section in particular, for me, is really special because anyone that we bring into our Herbalife businesses, into our clubs, I almost feel like we have a sense of duty to help them win. And when we are activating someone, they've come along that pathway, I always feel so passionate that it's important that we help them get off to a great start and we get the foundations in place. So when I was asked by the committee to do this section, I actually got like a little bit of butterflies in my belly. And I was like, yeah, I'm well up for that. So I'm going to spend the next 45 minutes going through what we call training activation, but also sharing with you what we use in club called a 20-point practical checklist. Now, to be very clear, you can find documents on the Herbalife website, but if there's ever nothing on there that you can find, if you are in the UK and Ireland Telegram club owners and junior partners chat, our organisation are not in it, but anyone outside, we drop the documents and checklists in there after this weekend. So is everyone good with that? Okay, let's try that one more time. Is everyone good with that? Yeah. Okay, so as I said, my name is Claire, background's in personal training and health club management. I actually got introduced to Herbalife 11 years ago. I was working at the time as a health club manager. I was 7 months pregnant. I was in a lot of debt. I'd had my home repossessed roughly 2 years before. And I was just in that frame of mind where I was just trying to survive. I was about to be a brand new mum, which I was so excited about. But as you can imagine, it's a little bit scary too, yeah? And my husband, Dan, at the time was working as a corporate banker. And it was a really good friend of mine who I worked with. His name was Jez. He was a strength and conditioning coach, great guy. And he'd actually got involved in Herbalife, using the products, helping his customers in the gym, his clients, get insane results. And he asked me 6 times, would I be interested in joining his team? And do you know what? He started to really get on my nerves because he kept asking. And I was just so stressed working 70 hours a week and just trying to survive that I just thought, Jez, I can physically not have any more brain power to start a new business. But then he changed what he said, and he asked me, would I be a guinea pig? Could he practice a wellness evaluation? And being his mate, what do you say to your mates? Yeah, of course. And that was when it all changed for me. So got started on the products, absolutely fell in love with it, energy through the roof. I was skipping breakfast anyway. It really fitted for me. And then I got involved in Herbalife. I wanted to help people. I was just looking for an extra £250 to £300 maybe a month, cover the cost of the products, get some discount. Everyone loves discount. And then I decided I wanted to get into it a little bit more. And you know what? After 1 year of being involved, me and Dan got super serious. We put a plan together. Dan wanted out of bank and we wanted something different for our life. And we committed to build our Herbalife dreams. And the business went up and it was built on excitement, enthusiasm. We didn't really know what we were doing. We had no clear goals, plan, structure, but we were hard workers. And as the business went up, we went to the millionaire team level. And that was really a game changer for us because it enabled Dan to leave his job, me to leave my job, do Herbalife as a career. But we were so amateur. Like, we were so amateur. And the business very quickly started to come backwards. And, you know, we spent a long time, maybe 5 to 6 years in Herbalife where our business crashed. We kept switching what we would do and we would always show up to the events. But we were really struggling. I went back to work. Dan trained as a personal trainer because we just didn't really see how else we could survive. And, you know, it was 4 years ago that we were introduced to nutrition clubs. And we kept being spoken to by the leadership, Justin, Matt Elliott, Violetta, Nick. They were like, go and look at clubs. And I went first. I went to the Irish, so thank you so much, because the Irish team, you really did change our life. You just give us that thing that we thought we can survive in Herbalife. And I remember going to my first club in Ireland, and I sat there and all these people were coming through. And I remember thinking, I've come home. Like, for me, this is everything I love about Herbalife. Community, results, people, purpose-driven. I like structure. You know, I'm not the type of person who just likes to bumble around. I like structure. I like to know what I'm going to do. And for the first time, I thought, oh my goodness, I can see a way that I'm going to love how to work my business with Dan every single day, making a difference. But I can also see how I can teach this to people. I can show people a way. And, you know, fast forward, me and Dan, we got super serious. 6 months we researched clubs. We read everything we could. We watched videos. We spoke to people. And we opened our first club 4 years ago. And we got really clear on our mission and our vision. So our mission was to help 10,000 people get healthier. We decided to really have some fun with it and take the pressure off. And, you know, the pin was empty. We put that to one side. And as Sarah Tat said, the biggest liberating thing for me was that on a Monday morning, I could just be clear. I could be in the club and I could help people and I could make a difference. And it wasn't about the pin, it was about helping that person who came through. And me and Dan just absolutely started to thrive. We then got really clear on our vision. And we were like, wow, wouldn't it be cool, and Nick taught us this, if we could roll out 100 clubs over the next 10 years, each with 100 club members in. Can you imagine? So we got really clear on that. But then we knew that it all started with club number 1. And the first thing is we had to make sure that when we opened this first club, that we had to fill it with bums on seats from day one, because we didn't have a pot of money to cover the rent, to give us almost, you know, like a buffer. Some people start businesses, don't they? And they have this little pot of money for startup costs, you know, to cover the rent on the club. We didn't have that. We did not have anything. So this had to work. And the 6-week pre-launch, and I'm so grateful to Katie Spaulding, I know she's in the room. Spaulding, we love you. We sat down and we wrote this. 6 weeks invite and 1 hour a day, non-negotiable. Rain, snow, whether you had a headache, it was irrelevant. We had to get up and invite. And every single week for them 6 weeks, we were out on the pavement. We were dropping stuff on social media. By the way, nothing special on social media. We were just telling the story. The club's coming, the club's coming. You know, silly pictures of me and Dan. If you follow us on social media, we're not the best, okay? We're just us. So we were dropping these pictures and we started to pick up momentum. And we knew in order for us to cover the rent, and write this down, if you're someone in this room who is going to open a club, you open your club like a professional, not an amateur. We worked out the rent, we worked out what our outgoings were going to be, and we made sure we knew how many club memberships we needed to sell and help people join the club to cover the outgoings from day one. Because if we wanted to roll these clubs out, we had to make sure that we mastered the discipline of inviting. If you don't master it, you're screwed. End of. Okay, so that was the first thing. And we did. We opened our club, Grassendale, with 30 new club members from day one. We were ready to go with the breakfast visits. We had the diary lined up with slots available for wellness evaluations. And we played the game, me and Dan. Let's fill the diary, okay? And that's what we still do today. Year one was all about, though, just learning the basics. And I want to say this to you. If you're in this room and you are new to club, whether you're a trainee, whether you're a new club owner, please take the pressure off yourself and understand you've almost signed up to a little course in being a nutrition club trainee or club owner. You've got 1 year to master it. You're going to need to learn some skills. You're going to need to learn how to build a customer base, find that first trainee. And if you're a club owner, It's going to take you maybe a year to find your first junior partner to club owner. And how do I know that? Because I've done it 34 times. And I say that to give you confidence that everything we speak from is through doing the do. Is everyone okay with that? Yeah? Okay, brilliant. And, now we move into, 4 years in, and we've duplicated. And the biggest thing, and I was saying this in our team chat last night, watching every speaker be on this stage this weekend and watching every one of you in the audience taking notes, I just felt like my heart was going to burst. I think yesterday I was bouncing around like Tigger next to Fiona and David, I'm so sorry, and Karen Farmer, because I was so proud watching everyone, learning and having that desire to want to become better and want to go out and make a difference. So thank you. It was a pleasure to be a part of. Okay, so like every trainer, we've asked them to share their numbers. So, for me and Dan, Monday morning, we will be back in club working as trainee coaches, helping our community to get healthier. Right now, we are on 89 club members in Grassendale. Our average daily visits around about 34. We've got 8 trainees. We have got 3 junior partners. In the last 2 weeks, we've had Fee, Ian, and Sarah Ling being promoted. Well done, guys! Woo! Just to let you know, Fee and Ian started off as club members and they came to their first event, which was Kick-Off. And after they came out of that event, Ian said he'd been evented. So we knew it as clubbed. He was like, Claire, I've been evented. And from Kick-Off to now, they are our, most recent junior partners with Sarah Ling. And you know what? It just makes me so happy, me and Dan, to see you guys just loving what you're doing. So well done. Now, these are our intentions for this year. So you've heard everyone talk about, big vision. And I've shared mine and Dan's with you. But I just wanted to say, for me and Dan, we really get off on chunking it down. So yes, we've got the big vision, okay? But we really work well to yearly goals, monthly goals, and weekly goals, yeah? So for us, these are our 2023 intentions. We want to build our organisation to 50 profitable budget clubs. We're currently up to 34. And we are in the process of building 4 new first-line clubs. Okay, so that's what we're in the process of. And we know by maybe, December, January 2024, these guys are going to graduate. So I'm going to be up the duff with Dan for quite a few months. Woo! Yeah, waddling around, but we are going to graduate them. And the simplest thing is to take the pressure off yourself. We are full-time, so for me and Dan, our daily focus is just helping people plug in wellness evaluations, but it's 5 club members a week, and we do that through referrals. All good? Okay, so you heard Anne-Marie talk about the 2-week review, the ambassador meeting, identifying where people fit in Herbalife to build them relationships and help build, set people's goals and desires. And my section now is, okay, we've got this person who said they want to be a trainee, they've got their 2 referrals, they've listened into Quick Start, and they've now got the Herbalife membership. So are you all with me? Okay, so my job now is I'm going to actually book this person in for what we call a trainee activation, okay? Now, this is what I'm going to cover in my section. I'm going to go through the tools that you need when activating a new trainee. Remember, I will drop these checklists into the Telegram group. All good with that? Next thing is I'm going to role play it with one of our first line club owners. And you know what? She's really nervous coming up. And this is very off the cuff. But you know what, clubbers? We just wanted to show you it being real, okay? So if this goes peak tongue, you just need to clap and smile. Is that okay with everyone? Now, the next thing is I'm going to talk about the trainee 20-point checklist, because we haven't really delved into this in previous masterclasses. So I'm going to show you how I communicate this to Sarah and how we're going to use it as a tool to help with her activation and also to help with her development as a trainee in club. Now, what's important is that all these trainees, it's important we activate them really strongly, because guess what? These are going to be our future club owners. And we have to make sure that the basics are cemented in really, really tight. Now, let's look at the career ladder. So everyone starts as a club member. We then look out of our club members, the people who've been clubbed, they've got great results, they're coming in regular, they're doing the third person around the table, and you identify who these trainees are going to be. And you can see them, you can feel them, but never underestimate the power of saying to someone, Karen, I think you would be an amazing trainee and I would love you on my team. Is it something you'd be willing to have a chat about? Brilliant. Because when that person comes to club, guess what? They have low self-esteem. They have no confidence. Most people maybe are struggling with weight issues, energy issues. You don't know what's going on outside of the club at home. So to empower them or to even let them know that you think they would be fantastic, whether they go forward or not, is the biggest compliment you can ever give anyone. And to me, I'm not in the game of forcing people to be trainees, but I'm never gonna tell you rubbish if I don't believe it. So even if Karen was to say to me, oh, Claire, it's just not my time, or I'm not sure, I would say no problem. But I know over the next 3 to 4 years, I'm going to build a relationship with Karen in club. And at some point, we'll revisit this conversation. So you have to play the game of patience. Okay? Now, yeah, you can applaud that. So let's go through what you need when you are activating someone. So we brought a little prop. Okay, you mightn't be able to see this, but in every club, all our trainees have their own little folder, and we have the folders on a shelf. And these are amazing tools because in club, we're all about practical skills. You learn your knowledge on your academy, so all the basics around the products, maybe think how you move people through the pathway. But in club, it's all about practical. And I really related to this because when I was in the fitness industry, my job was to train fitness instructors up. And I was what you call an MVQ assessor. I used to go around clubs and they would have like a criteria. Do you all understand when I say that? They would have a criteria in a folder and I would go through showing them how to do certain things, and then I would observe and sign them off. And it was my job to make sure I work people through these MVQ assessments and qualifications. So when we came into club, I remember Dan saying to me, we're just a bit like wishy-washy on how we train people up. We need structure like in the bank. And I'd never thought about bringing what we did in our previous jobs into Herbalife. It just didn't occur. But when we got into that framework of clubs, I was like, oh my goodness, we need a checklist, just something super simple, 20 points, that every time the trainee's in, we can do some tell, show, try, do with them, taking them through, building confidence, getting the basics in place. So in the trainee folder, you want to have the 20-point practical checklist, and then you also want the trainee activation checklist, so you need 2 things. Now, you're going to see what I say to Jonesy. Can I call her Jonesy? That's what I call her. Her name's Sarah Jones, but I call her Jonesy. So you're going to see what I say to Jonesy, and listen to the language, okay? There is a video on the Herbalife site that Val and Becky did at last year's masterclass, so you can rewatch that as well, okay? So, next thing is why do we use the checklist? Okay, well, it's about having something to follow that is easy to duplicate. It helps us to connect with the trainee, build that relationship. It also helps us clarify their reason why. Why have they took that step to join the mission, Okay, that's what we really want to know as well. It also helps us both get clarity, what they want, and I explain what I require for them to be able to build their business within our club. You have to manage people's expectations, but you also have to be clear from day one of the requirements. All good? The next thing is my job is to help Jonesy get into production as soon as possible, helping her first group of customers and put money in her pocket. Because let's have a reality check. If you don't help these people to feel like they are progressing and put money in the pocket, motivation only lasts so long. So to help retain these people, you've got to teach them how to find their first 10 customers as fast as you can. Money in the pocket, because cash flow changes lives and cash flow breeds excitement. The next thing is you're going to hear in this conversation how I really zoom in on getting these 10 practice wellness evaluations going as fast as we can. So a little bit like if I was training to be a masseur, a sports masseur, I would need roughly 20 to 30 bodies to massage to learn the practical skill. Does everyone agree with that? That would be part of the requirement. Now, as a trainee coach, I need minimum, listen to the language, of 10 people to practice a wellness evaluation on, to learn the skills, what to say, how to connect. You heard Grace do this yesterday. And the only way you get better and you build confidence is through practice and repetition. Now, out of the 10, and you're going to hear me say this to Sarah, I'm going to do them with her. So the 10 that we're going to do, first 2 to 3, I do, she watches, she has a pad, and she's going to take notes. Everyone get that? And then on the 4th one, I'll go to her, right, Jonesy, are you ready for this? So you're going to have a little go with a bit, and I'm going to do a little bit. So do you want to maybe do the questionnaire at the beginning, and then I'll take over halfway? And Jonesy might go, yeah, okay, I'll have a little go. And I'll say to her, but don't worry, I'm going to be sitting next to you. So if you get stuck, I'll just jump in for you. And as we go through the 10, I do less, she does more. And after each one, we just have a little bit of a chin wag, a chat. And we go, okay, so what went well? Okay, what do we need to focus on next time? But what I know is it's my responsibility that if I invest the time in training her up as strong as I can in the beginning, she's going to be confident, she's going to build the first few customers, she's going to put money in her pocket, then I've leveraged my time and we provide world-class customer service in our club. All still with me? Okay. Now, 20-point practical checklist. Again, this is all about tell, show, try, do. It just gives you a format. It helps you identify, what areas that you've gone through with them, showing them what to do. It gives you structure. And never underestimate the power of recognition. So you heard Nick talk about in his section in the Saturday morning about in our team Facebook group, we don't really, recognize volume points. We do like recognition at the end of the month. We recognize habits. We recognize things we do with the team to help them progress and become the best trainees, junior partners, and club owners possible. We recognize when people complete a point on the checklist, whether it's make a batch of shakes. By the way, I'm definitely the best shake maker. They're all laughing, okay? So I have to be trained on that quite frequent. But we recognize the habits and never underestimate the recognition of that new trainee that comes in, or even an existing trainee. Never get comfortable. Never take your team for granted. But if someone does something that day, put it in the Facebook group, take a little photo. This is Fee, our new junior partner. She completed 3 points on a 20-point checklist. And me and Dan took a picture of her, put it in the Facebook group. We were like, wow, way to go, Fee. She completed making a batch of shakes today. She also upgraded the customer. High five. And the Facebook group went, pow. Everyone's like, yeah, go, Fee. And Fee's like that. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm getting really hot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take you through role play. I am going to bring this lady up. She's really nervous, but don't underestimate this lady is a true powerhouse. So guys, please welcome to the stage, Active World Team 2023, Sarah Jones!
Don't know me, I'm Sarah Jones. I'm Active World Team. I've been part of Herbalife Nutrition for the last 7 years, and originally I joined for health. I was 46 and I wasn't feeling the best, although I was training 6 times a week. So I started on products. Within 10 days, I just knew that was me for life, although Peter thought I was round the bend. So I started, people were noticing what I was doing. Sorry, I am dead nervous.
Give it a cheer, give it a cheer.
So I basically started my business via the sample party. A gang of people come round the house and I built a little business up. Although trying to keep a sustainable business without a nutrition club just wasn't happening. I was still running a full-time cleaning business. And I was in Dan and Claire's one day and Claire invited me to look at nutrition club. So I went along to Grassendale, I walked in and thought they were all nuts in there. And I still do, although I absolutely loved it. So I started on Claire done a wellness evaluation and I started as a club customer, as everyone does. And then I joined as a club coach. By the end of that, I went through the ambassador call, just followed the pathway the same as a normal customer would. And then by the August, sorry, this was May 21, and then by the August I became junior partner. So I was doing 10,000 volume points every month, and then it got to December and the volume points started to drop, but it was because I was slowing down on me inviting. I was becoming complacent, really. So I'd been on holiday for Christmas, and when I come back, Claire asked me what my intentions were, and I said, I'm just going to stay a junior partner because I love it here. And she went, oh no, it doesn't work like that. You need your own club. So I was like, oh. I was 51 at the time, coming up to 52, and I was thinking, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. Start a whole new business. So she said I had to step down to back to trainee coach, which I wasn't willing to do. So I started looking for my club, opened Titan Nutrition in July last year. Best thing I've ever done. So my volume since then is literally, I'm doing 10,000 a month. That's just normal. It's growing. At the moment, we've got 70 active club members. My average daily visits are 27. 6 trainee coaches. 2 of them are here today. Thanks, girls. And with the full support of Peter, my partner, who will end up joining the business. Just hasn't seen it yet. And that's me.
Amazing. Give it a massive cheer. Well done, well done. What we're going to do now is go through a role play. And let's set the scene. So Sarah has been on the ambassador call. She's got 2 referrals. She plugged into Quick Start. We give her some tips how to get a referral. She shared the product results on social media. She then, signed a Herbalife membership, wants to be a trainee. So we said to her, okay, next step is let's book you in for a chat. So when you're booking someone in for a chat, you probably want to give yourself maybe about 30 minutes. Today we don't have that, so I am just going to go through it fairly quickly. But what I want you to listen to is the language that I use. And when we talk about activating, it's not just about activating someone once. You're going to hear me talk about this is the first activation of many. Does everyone get that? Okay, this is important. Now, again, when you are doing activation, you need to make sure that you've got your folder, training activation checklist. All I'm going to do is go through these questions, and we're just having a conversation. By the way, we have loads of fun doing this. It's dead relaxed in our clubs. I've also as well got in a folder a 20-point practical checklist. So guys, have you got your ears open? Have you got your pens and paper ready? Okay, so, Sarah, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Claire.
Okay, so let me explain what we're going to do today. I'm going to take you through what we call our new trainee activation. So all it means is we're just going to have a little bit of a chat, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then today, my job is to help you find your first 10 customers, get the ball rolling. So is that okay with you?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, brilliant. So you told me earlier what your product result was, and also, you know, how it's made you feel, which is brilliant. But now you've decided to become a trainee, would you mind me asking, like, what is it that attracts you to being on the team and being a trainee in club?
I just love it in club, and I'd like to get everyone to feel as good as I feel.
Yeah.
I like helping people.
Amazing, great stuff. And if I was to say to you, okay, because I know you said earlier that you still do a little bit of cleaning, okay, which is cool, but how many hours a week have you got roughly to invest in building your club business?
About 20.
Yeah, okay. And is that like Monday to Sunday, or have you got particular days in mind?
Any days, really.
Yeah.
Be flexible.
Okay, great stuff. So what we'll do after today is maybe look at your diary and time, and I'll help you just map out some like key slots of when you're actually going to do your nutrition club stuff. Is that all right with you? Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So next thing is to start off with, you know, let's look at maybe how much income you want to make initially. So I'll give you a little bit of a guide, and then you can tell me where you fit. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
brilliant. So, guide number 1, are you looking maybe to just cover the cost of your products, which could be around maybe 150 to 250 pounds? Are you looking maybe to earn around 500 to 1,000 pounds, or are you looking to earn above that? So,
Above that, please.
oh, okay, great stuff. Well, do you know what? The good thing is the fact that you can commit to 20 hours. I really think we can help you with that. But let's chunk it back and maybe set an income goal just for the next 90 days, okay? So if we were to say for the next 90 days, chunk it back a little bit, what would be your first income goal that you'd think, yeah, do you know what, I'm happy with that?
About £800.
Yeah, okay, write that down. And what's important is this little pad that I've asked you to bring, can you make sure that every time you're on shift, you bring this pad? Because when you're shadowing me and any of the team, anything that write it in the book, because these are amazing to keep referring back to.
Okay.
Did you all get that? Okay, brilliant. Now, would you mind me asking, the £800 to initially, like, what will you do with that income? What will it do for you?
I'll save to go on holiday, Christmas.
Oh, where are you going?
Dubai.
Oh.
Peter,
Peter, do you know about this? Amazing. Okay, great goal. So write that down. Holiday at Christmas, Dubai. Okay, fantastic. So let's just cover then the requirements of you actually building your business within our club. And by the way, I'm so made up that you're getting involved. You're going to absolutely love it and you're going to be brilliant. So the first thing is, in order to build your trainee business in our club, you're going to need to commit to a minimum of either 1 full shift a week, 7 till 11, or the other option is you can do 2 split shifts, either 7 till 9 or 9 to 11. But what I'm going to do in a minute is check the rota and tell you what we've got available. So are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's great.
Off the top of your head, what sort of shifts would be best for you, to give me an idea?
I wouldn't mind committing to a couple of full shifts.
Oh, okay. Do you know what? Can I just give you some advice?
Yeah.
The more time you spend here, the more you're going to love it, the faster you're going to earn your income to go to Dubai.
Perfect.
Yeah? Everyone good with that? All agree? Okay, brilliant. Now, what's important though is that, you know, if you ever can't make your shift, and by the way, we live in the real world, so let's say, I don't know, the kids aren't well or something like that, just to be clear, it's important you find your own cover. So after today, I'm going to add you into our team chat. It's just the people who are based in Grassendale. And if you ever can't make your shift, Sarah, you'll need to drop a message in the group and ask for cover or a swap.
Okay.
Because what's important is, if you're going to have customers in this club, everyone needs to support the wheel and make sure the club's manned 6 days a week.
Okay, perfect.
And by the way, they're all brilliant, aren't you, team? Okay, let's try that again. Aren't you, team? Okay, teamwork. Okay. Now, let's go through how you earn your income in club. Okay, so first thing is you're going to earn your income from retail sales of the products, okay? So that will be the first thing. But the biggest thing I want you to focus on, Sarah, is providing world-class customer service, okay? Now, what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to focus on getting you trained up to be able to deliver a free wellness evaluation. And this is the main skill that we've got to master. Now, don't worry, I'm going to help you. So what we're going to do is you're going to have in a folder, okay, this 20-point practical checklist. And point number 1 is there's 10 spaces of 10 practice wellness evaluations. And the idea is we want to train you up to become independent and strong on doing that. So a little bit like, you know, if I was trained to be a hairdresser, I'd need to learn to use scissors. You wouldn't let me loose on someone's hair, would you, without scissors?
Definitely not.
Yeah? Everyone with me? Are you all just pacifying me? Okay, so are you ready to get a little bit uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Okay, so go to a fresh page. I want you to write 1 to 20 down the side of the page. And what we're going to do now is we're actually going to generate some practice wellness evaluations. So you're actually going to ask your family and friends if you can practice a wellness evaluation on them. Tech people, can you show the guinea pig message on the screen if it's not up? So, can you grab your phone out? And by this point, she's absolutely petrified, yeah? So you've just got to relax them and say, you know what, it's all going to be okay. You know, I'm here for you. So, first thing is, now we're going to send 20 guinea pig messages out. You're going to ask family and friends for help. But by the way, can I just say this? You are not going to try and convince them to join club. You just need to develop the skills and become confident. So are you okay with that? Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So first message is, I want you to go to a family and friend, and you're going to put in, hey, who are you going to pick first?
Peter.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, terrified.
But it's okay. It's okay. So you're going to put, hey, put the name in, and put, I've started a new business and training to become a wellness coach. I'm looking for people to practice a free wellness evaluation on. Will you be my guinea pig? And round it off however you would. So I'd normally put, love Claire, or thank you so much, Foxy. Okay? And I just want you to spend a few minutes sending that out to 20 people. And every time you pick someone out your phone, can you write the name on the list that you've put? Now, at this point, Sarah is absolutely crapping herself, yeah? Let's just be honest, okay? So it's our job to sit with her and do it. What you don't want to do is say, go away and send out the messages because, come on, let's have a reality check, would you? You know, you just wouldn't. So you need to do transferable courage. Now, also, the next thing is as these people start to reply, it's my job through Tell, Show, Try, Do to let her know how she's going to respond. Because the biggest thing is what Sarah's absolutely worrying about is, number one, oh my God, people are going to judge me. People are going to think I'm a weirdo. People are going to be like, are you saying I need to lose weight? All these mad things because she gets revved up thinking. So my job is to be a buddy to just support her. All good on that?
I've had an answer.
Who's it off?
Katie.
Okay, who's Katie?
My sister.
Okay, so what I want you to do, if it's all right, can you drop me, you and Katie into a WhatsApp? Introduce me as your mentor and I'll take over and book the appointments. Is that okay with you?
Yeah,
okay.
Fine.
Now, this is important because if I leave it down to Sarah to try and organise the appointment, she'll tell them War and Peace, and Katie's going to think, oh my goodness, what on earth has she got me involved in? So all I need Sarah to know is that next phase of booking people in, drop us in a group WhatsApp and I will take over. Everyone good with that? Okay, who else have you got?
Emily.
Okay, what's Emily said?
She said no.
Did she?
Yeah.
Okay, so put on your other list, your no's, because do you know what? We'll invite them maybe to a sample party in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, I've had another yeah.
Oh, have you? Who's that off?
Peter.
Oh, Sarah, you're doing dead well. I'm dead proud, yeah? Okay, so again, can you drop Peter into a group and then I'll do the appointments?
Okay.
Now, let's imagine she's gone through. Now, at some point, she's going to get to 7 or 8, and she's going to go, I don't know anyone else. And I'm going to go, really? Really? Who did you used to go to school with? Who did you used to work with? If your car broke down, as Lee Duffy said, and you had a flat tyre, who would you message for help? So my job is to keep encouraging her through tell, show, try, do, reassurance, to keep sending out. Now, Sarah, what's important is that to let you know, these are the first 20 messages we're going to send out. So we're going to line up your first 10. And the idea is some of these will actually go on to become club members because they're going to love it. But if they don't get hung up about it. My job is to just make sure that you get confident and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Is everyone still with us on this? Okay. Now, to finish off, okay, on the checklist, what we're now going to do is we're going to draw this little diagram. So this is you in the middle, okay? You can't see this, but it is on the checklist. But this is you in the middle. We've then got 10 circles around, and then underneath we've got 3 circles here. Let me see if I can go back and just show you on a sheet. Okay? And then I want you to write 10 new club members, because as we do the wellness evaluations, for everyone who does go on to be a club member, we'll pop them on your list. Now, I actually like them to write this also on the sheet in the folder. It's like a little document for them to track it. Now, what is important, though, is just to clarify, is as you start getting involved as a trainee, I want you to know the most important thing in club is you. So it's important, even though you're going to become a trainee, you still need to do a minimum of 3 club visits a week to stay on that journey as a club member, because we've got to make sure that you keep progressing and you feel good. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
But the bonus is, you've actually got the heart scheme. So as a trainee, if you're recommending people and we're working our way through these, you should never have to purchase another membership.
Yeah.
Does everyone get that? Okay, brilliant. And that's it. Please give it a round of applause.
Thanks.
As you can see, really relaxed. And there was a couple of key things in there. Now, let's just recap. This is what you need. You need to set up the trainee folder. You've got the 20-point activation checklist. The questions I asked are on the checklist. Everyone clear with that? Yeah? The next thing is the 20 points. As she completes each wellness evaluation, it's actually the first point on the checklist. So all you do is add their names, date completed, what the outcome was. They mightn't join club, they might join club, and then you sign it off. But you want to get them through the 10 as fast as you can so they start feeling more confident with what they're doing. Your job is tell, show, try, do. It's your responsibility to help these people. Now, the next thing is that Sarah's already been on Quick Start, yeah? She's followed the pathway. But what I will round that meeting off with her is saying to her, okay, so next step is we plug back into Quick Start again until we get up to your first 10 customers. So, do you want to do Tuesday night at 8:30 or Sunday? Why are you all just staring at me? You're supposed to nod, yeah? Now, this is important because most people think activate and you do it once, then you do one. Billy's on his own, he needs to crack on. That is so lack of responsibility. So in clubs, what's really important is people keep plugging back into the Quick Start numerous times, doing the basics over and over. Because the only difference between me and Dan, where we are, or Lee and Anne-Marie, or Grace or Debbie, or Nikki Taylor, is we've just done Quick Starts more times than you. And we've actioned it. And in Quick Start, we keep going over, sending the guinea pig message out, line up a sample party, doing the basics over and over. So for me, what I love about this is, all you need to know is, with your team, your job is to keep doing this activation every time they get 10 club members. Not first 10, every time. Because it's important, Sarah's goals will change. She said she wanted to make X amount, but I chunked it down into the next 90 days. So when we find the first 10 club members, what do I need to redo with her? reactivate her. And then once she's got them 10, what do we do with her then? Okay, shout it louder. What do we do then? Yeah! Okay, so where'd you go from here? Well, my advice would be is go onto the Herbalife site, watch the videos with the brilliant Becky and Val. This was actually recorded at the last masterclass because they role play it and it's really simple to do and it's super, super clear. So use your videos. We promote these to our group as well. Top tips for me when you are activating, take this. You want to become a world-class activator. I say to people in our clubs, no matter what level you are, you want to be world-class at this. Because our job is to bring people into the marketing plan, but to help people to become successful. So number one, use the checklists, okay? It makes duplication easy, and it makes sure that you say and help them with the right things, okay? Number two, make sure you communicate the requirements. Did you all hear that? For you to build your business in my club, this is what it's going to take. This is what's required. I'm not running a club where you can just come in and diddy-daddle. We're a professional environment. Everyone get that? Okay, great. Next thing is when you're sending out guinea pig messages, transferable courage. You have to do it with them. You have to be there to help them with the responses. Set up your folders, and I want to see an avalanche across the UK and Ireland and Belgium and Poland and wherever else you are, of these folders going into your clubs. And I'd love you to share them on social media. Show me that you want to make a difference and you want your clubs and your people to win. You're going to give recognition. Let's fire your team groups up. The best way you can get the most out of your team is celebrate. Celebrate the daily wins, the habits and the actions of what we're doing on the ground. And then the last thing is quick start. Unless you've been in quick start 100 times, then you're not going to be a Pres team member. Fact. Oh, people went, that's what Nick said to me. Go and do 100 wellness evaluations and come back. I was like, okay. Yeah, but quick start over and over. And guys, I just want to say, please give a massive cheer to Jonesy!